Okay, my name is Simone, and I'll be showing you how to do polygel nails my GhEtTo beginner way. So step one is gather your supplies. So you're going to need alcohol, full cover nail tips, a UV lamp, a wooden stick, a polygel, a tube of polygel of your favorite color, a top coat, base coat, a medium grit nail file, electric nail file, and in my case, a well-loved brush. You'll also need a container to hold your alcohol and several different color gel nail polishes. So you can choose to get a gel nail polish, or you could just finish your manicure with top coat. So step two is you're going to need to choose your nail forms. So I have a set of a variety of different nail cover sizes. I believe I got them from AliExpress. I have a link in the description for them. So when you're choosing your nail tips, you're going to want to go slightly bigger than the size of your nail bed, because you can always file it down later. And you want to make sure that it's big enough to cover every side and every part of your nail, so that you don't have to fill it in later. And if you look on my right hand and you see that some of my nails are already done, don't be concerned. I just started my manicure before I started filming. Okay, so now I've chosen all of my nail cover sizes, and now we're going to move on. So here is where is step three: file down your nail forms. So you want to get that perfect fit. The nail cover on my thumb is very similar, but not quite there. My nail bed is a little narrower than the nail cover allows, and I don't want any flooding of the gel over my nail bed. So I'm just going to file down those sides and get a much better fit. Also, one thing about me is that I don't really cut my cuticles. I push them back. As you can see, I'm kind of pushing my cuticles back with my nail form, but I don't really cut them, and it never impacts my manicure. So I lost the footage of me spreading the gel on that nail, but I will show you how to spread polygel on my other nail. But one thing I forgot before I was about to apply it to that nail was that I forgot base coat. So step 4 is apply and cure base coat. That's very important so that your polygel can adhere well to your nail. So apply like a thin layer of base coat onto your nail, a nail that you would have previously prepped by, filing the surface a little bit so that the base coat can seep into the pores. And you're going to cure your base coat under your UV lamp. My UV lamp, my sister got it for me like a little while ago. That's why it's looking very well loved and well worn. It's a Vivitar UV nail lamp that she got in a gel nail polish set for $20. It's very reliably unreliable. So yeah. The cure time is about 1 minute, I believe. It feels like an eternity, but it is 1 minute. So now that the base coat is on, now you can apply and cure your polygel. So you're going to, in a downward movement, you're going to slide the nail onto your nail bed and slightly pat around the base. Don't press too hard because you don't want to push the polygel out of the form. And you don't want it to spill over your natural nail. So small presses, small pats. If there's any sliding, just slide it back. Polygel can be very forgiving. So now it's time to cure your polygel under your hopefully reliable UV lamp. A lot of people use clamps to hold down their polygel, so you can use a clamp, or you can just, keep your finger on there until it's been under there for about 5 to 10 seconds. Then it won't do any sliding and lifting. In my experience, I'm no expert. So after it's done curing, it should be relatively easy to just apply pressure on both sides and lift the nail form off of your newly cured polygel nail. So now that takes us to the next step, which is cleaning your polygel nail with a bit of alcohol to remove the sticky layer off the top, and then filing it down to your desired shape. I chose to file mine into a sort of coffin shape, but you can choose to do pointed or rounded or almond, whatever floats your boat. I'm trying to file it down to match the size and shape of my first set of nails. You can, of course, take a little more care filing your nails than I did, but I was in a bit of a rush that night. It was late. I was trying to get to sleep. Okay, now moving on to actually applying the polygel. So you want to get a healthy amount of polygel on there. It's very easy to do too little. So do more than less. So you're going to want to coat your well-loved brush in some alcohol and slowly pat and prod and press your polygel onto your nail form. Make sure you spread the polygel to the edges. Don't let those be overly thin. It should be, most of the thickness should be concentrated in the center, but make sure that you get those sides nice and fortified. I usually spread my polygels to a little bit longer than my desired length, so that when I file it down, I'm not losing the length that I want. So, like I said before, downward sliding movement onto the nail base, and then the press. And I forgot once again the base coat. Don't be like me. Remember to do your base coat so that you're not annoyed every time you have to do this. After you put those books away, can you come fix the stuff on the couch? I'm so sorry. Yep. So you're going to slide it down onto your nail and slightly press and pat. The rest of your nails will just be rinse and repeat. Base coat, polygel, cure. Base coat, Cure Polygel Cure. Base coat Cure Polygel Cure. Okay, so now I'm done with the initial nails. They're all nice and cured. And now it is time to file them down. So you can either choose to rough up your surface with your medium nail grit file or your electric grit. And this can be where you end your manicure. You can just add the top coat and cure. But in my case, I'm going to be doing a quick little polish design like I have on my left hand. And then I'm going to apply the top coat. So you can manually file it with your medium grit, or you can use your nail drill. In my case, I use my nail drill to get around my nail bed and any spillage that occurred. And I'll be right back. And here I am with freshly drilled nails. I drilled any excess that was sitting around my nail bed, and now I'm ready to apply my So here I have my gel nail polish. It's really cute. I believe I also got this from AliExpress, but once again, I'm going to put all of my supplies in the description below. So get yourself a little surface to put all of your polishes on so that you can keep them all separate and accessible while you're doing your design. Put a healthy little blot on the plate, a little bit more than I did because I ran out pretty quickly. So one thing about gel nail polish is that it does have the tendency to bubble on you. So maybe a word of wisdom would be to tap out the bubbles before you cure. Or find a really thin paintbrush to use, but I did not have any thin paintbrushes on hand, so I just used this wooden stick, which is probably not the best idea. So now I have all my colors, and I'm going to show you the initial design on my thumb. So I usually start with pink, and then I put two different semicircles or wavy lines, whichever floats your boat, on opposite sides of my nail. It can be from up top and one on bottom. It can be opposite sides. You can mix and match it the way that you want to do it. So I put a little bit of paint on my wooden utensil and I create these circles and then I cure. And these are messy circles. Like I said, I'm not a professional in any way. Okay, now I'm finished with all of the designs of my fingers. I saved y'all the trouble of watching me literally do all of those designs. But now it's time to apply the top coat and finish this up. Step 8, top coat and finish. I applied a healthy dose of top coat. And then I cured it under the lamp for another 1 minute. And that concludes your polygel manicure. I cannot stress enough that I am not a professional. This is just something that I do as a hobby, something that I do from time to time for fun. And I think these turned out pretty decently. Of course, you'll have a more skillful hand than me, but I liked how this turned out, and I hope that this was helpful and you will like the design. Look after the top coat, they're definitely a little messy. I'll definitely clean them up later, but as you can see, I'm very in love with how these turned out, and thank you for watching the video this long. Bye bye.